Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. Good news today. The Call of Duty Zombies comic, issue number 4, has had its bio and front cover released. And so, today, in this video, I'm going to be not only showing you the cover, and not only reading through the bio with you and speculating about what it might mean for that issue of the comic, but I'm also going to put those two bits of info into the context of the comic saga at large, as a whole, okay? You'll see what I mean in just a moment. So, I think the first thing that you probably want to hear is the bio itself, right? Because it's the thing that contains the information about where the story's going to be going, and so I want to start this off by actually reading you the previous bio from issue number 3, which still isn't out yet, mind you, so that you know where the characters will be going into issue number 4, okay? So, in issue 2 that we've just had, they've got to Broken Arrow, all that good stuff. In issue 3, it says that when an AI security system tries to destroy the transit crew, Martin must use his tech skills to outwit the digital defenses. Misty reminds him that he can't survive on his own. It's going to take more than know-how and smarts to get everyone out alive. The group decide to take a chance on escaping from the zombie-infested apocalyptic wasteland, not knowing if their desperate attempt will work, or where it could take them. So, they're taking a chance on escaping somehow in issue number 3. That is the thing that I want you to keep in your mind, okay? Issue number 4, the new bio now, is as follows. Martin, Misty, Russman, and Stuhlinger think they've found a moment's peace, but the approaching horde of zombies is about to destroy that. Faced with the decision of fight or flight, the crew argues and splits up. When Maxis' emergency security measures are activated, will it be every man for himself? Which sort of fails to take into account the fact that Misty is not a man, but regardless, will it be every man for himself? What are Maxis' emergency security measures? And why have they teleported or escaped or whatever? Why have they travelled to this new location that they think is peaceful, that then has Maxis security systems getting activated and, I guess, splitting the crew up? Like, what is the deal? I'm interested, I'm intrigued, I'm excited, I'm curious about whether this is going to be something that they're going to try and tie into, like, Der Eisendrache or something like that, or they could go a completely different direction. This could be some Group 935 base specifically. Heck, they could go to Der Riese at this point. If it's somewhere that Maxis is working, they're both options. DE and Der Riese and various other places. I'm very much doubtful that it's going to be the moon, but who knows, okay? So that's a little bit of food for thought with regards to the context of this new story, issue number 4, alongside issue number 3, issue 2, etc. Now, let's look at the comic cover, okay? Because this is really exciting. Well, sort of. It's a little bit exciting. It's cool. It's a nice change. So, the previous issues have all had covers that have continued on from one another. So, in the first issue, there was a zombie's head that was sort of half-drawn and it was cut off by the edge of the cover. And then, in the second issue, the rest of that zombie was drawn, you put the two together, and you get a full zombie. So, they've kind of played with this idea throughout the comics, and you see it in the second and third as well. They transition over to one another, they all flow together, but there are some sort of slight inconsistencies, so it's not a perfect continuous image. There are things that kind of get cut off and stuff like that. The interesting thing about this cover, which I'm going to show you now, is that this one is not actually in this linear series of 1 next to 2, next to 3, next to 4, next to 5, etc. That's not the way they're doing it. Instead, they're putting this one below the first issue. Or at least, it seems like it. Now, the reason I'm kind of sort of skeptical, well, not skeptical, but the reason I'm kind of hesitating a little bit is the fact that, yes, the strap from the zombie in issue number 1 is continued in this cover here. But, at the same time, the sort of pouch that that zombie has in issue number 1 is not continued. It's just a wall here. So, I don't know if they're playing some sort of mind game with us, and these are meant to be combined in some more complex manner in order to form a more cohesive image, or if they're just deciding that certain things are going to transition over and other things aren't. I don't know what the deal is. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But the cover itself is sort of just as interesting as the rest of them, really. It's got some illustrations from Simon Bisley, as has been the case for all of the previous issues, and you've got Stullinger in this one looking rather frightened. So at this point, this will mean that we've had Marlton in issue 3, Russman in issue 2, Stullinger issue 4, presumably Misty will be issue 5, and then is Richtofen going to be issue 6? Or is Maxis going to be issue 6? Or is Monty going to be issue 6? Who is going to be this 6th issue? Like, there's an open spot beyond these characters where any character could place themselves and assume the starring role in that final issue. Hell, it could be Samantha. I mean, what if the Chronorium grows a face and that's on issue 6? Who knows what it's going to be, but I did think it was interesting that they've decided to basically, instead of having a running linear series of covers here, move this one down below the first one, and then we'll end up with a, I suppose, a 3x2 grid of comic covers at the end of it all, that are sort of connected, but also sort of not connected. Something like that. The final thing I wanted to say is that there have been a couple of solves from these comics so far, and they've all been really dull. And so I'm kind of in a position where I don't really know if they're going to... how can I say this? I don't know if they're going to step their game up, or they're just sort of going to be doing these as throwaways because it's too early on. I mean, they talk about the fact that Revelations was a map designed to last 18 months, which is just, what? It's just a bit ridiculous, right? Or at least, it seems like it right now. Maybe in future our minds will change, but right now, Revelations lasting for 18 months seems absolutely just nonsensical. And yet, with these comics coming out slowly but surely, issue number 4 actually releases on the 19th of April, but there have been delays, actually multiple delays for the issues so far. Issue 2 was delayed like 2 or 3 times, so who knows if that'll be the actual date that it comes out. But maybe, just maybe, we'll get to issue 6, and then we'll start learning new stuff about Revelations, and then we'll begin to understand why that map is designed to last 18 months, designed to even last 2 years potentially. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, because that would mean a few answers at least. So, I think that pretty much wraps it up from me. Some sort of brief thoughts on the comic cover and the comic bio for issue number 4. Is it a Nova Crawler on the front, in the bottom? Maybe. Is it a bio from Broken Arrow? Maybe. Kind of hard to tell. It's probably a Nova Crawler because it doesn't have eyes and it's got the big teeth, and so that's sort of the natural assumption to make. And if it is a Nova Crawler, where are they? Where are these characters right now? Anyhow, I've been MrRoflWaffles. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Leave a like if you have enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.